Hello to all my fellow 40-somethings. I'm Bernd, and I'm delighted to welcome you to the Great 40s, a place where we celebrate the dynamic and rewarding journey of life in our 40s. Reaching your 40s brings the liberation that the constant need to prove yourself starts to fade. The anxious comparing to peers that dominated your 20s and 30s begins to lose its grip. Instead, you gain the confidence to pursue what genuinely interests you, not what looks impressive on social media or what others expect from you. I realized this about 2 years into my fourth decade. After spending most of my adult life chasing career milestones and societal benchmarks, I found myself with more discretionary time but less enthusiasm for how I was filling it. Mindlessly scrolling through streaming services or social media no longer provided even the illusion of satisfaction. I needed something more substantial. In your 40s, hobbies aren't just ways to pass time. They're investments in your well-being, food for your brain, heart and soul all at once. Research consistently shows that meaningful leisure activities contribute significantly to mental health, cognitive function, and overall life satisfaction. They provide a crucial counterbalance to work stress and family responsibilities. More importantly, worthwhile hobbies connect you to something larger than yourself. Whether it's creating something beautiful, mastering a challenging skill, or contributing to a community, these activities give you purpose beyond your professional identity or family role. The key is identifying activities that provide genuine fulfillment rather than just temporary distraction. This requires some honest self-reflection. Ask yourself, what activities make you lose track of time? What interested you as a child before adult responsibilities took over? What skills have you always admired in others? For me, it was woodworking. I'd always appreciated fine furniture, but assumed I lacked the talent to create anything worthwhile. At 42, I finally took a beginner's workshop at a local studio. Was my first project a simple side table? Perfect? Absolutely not. But the process of creating something tangible with my hands provided a satisfaction I hadn't experienced in years. A friend of mine discovered open water swimming in her mid-40s. She'd always enjoyed casual pool swimming but had never considered it a serious pursuit. Now she participates in organized events and speaks about how the combination of physical challenge and connection with nature has transformed her relationship with her body and aging. One of the greatest gifts of pursuing new hobbies in your 40s is embracing the beginner's mindset without the self-consciousness of youth. There's something tremendously liberating about learning something new when you have nothing to prove. In your 20s, being a novice often feels threatening to your developing identity. In your 40s, you have the confidence to be terrible at something new and laugh about it. You understand that mastery takes time and the journey itself provides value. I recently watched a 47-year-old friend take up the violin, an instrument typically started in childhood. Her progress has been slow but steady, and her joy in the learning process is palpable. "I don't care if I never play in an orchestra," she told me laughing. "The challenge keeps my brain sharp, and practicing gives me a focus that's completely separate from work problems." The biggest obstacle to developing fulfilling hobbies in your 40s isn't lack of interest. It's the perception of limited time. Between career demands, family responsibilities, and essential self-care, leisure activities can seem like a luxury you can't afford. The reality is that meaningful hobbies aren't frivolous indulgences. They're essential investments in your long-term well-being. The key is to approach them with intentionality rather than waiting for large blocks of free time to magically appear. Start small. 15 minutes of daily practice compounds significantly over weeks and months. Combine hobbies with other responsibilities when possible. Listen to language learning audios during your commute, involve your children in your gardening projects, or turn hobby skills into gifts for others. Another beautiful aspect of developing hobbies in your 40s is the community they can provide. As we age, forming new friendships often becomes more challenging. Shared interests create natural connections based on genuine commonality rather than just proximity or circumstance. When I joined a local woodworking guild, I found myself forming friendships with people across generations and from backgrounds entirely different from my professional circle. These relationships have added richness to my life that I never anticipated when I first picked up a chisel. Similarly, a colleague who took up amateur astronomy in his mid-40s now participates in monthly stargazing meetups. I've met people I would never have crossed paths with otherwise, he noted. And there's something about sharing moments of wonder that creates immediate bonds. Perhaps the most profound shift in approaching hobbies in your 40s is how you measure success. Rather than external validation or competitive achievement, the focus naturally shifts to personal satisfaction and growth. This doesn't mean you can't pursue mastery or excellence. Many people find their greatest creative achievements come in midlife or beyond. But the motivation stems from internal fulfillment rather than external recognition. I've seen this repeatedly with friends who have developed serious commitments to everything from pottery to mountain biking in their 40s. The joy comes not from being the best, but from the steady improvement that dedicated practice brings. There's a quiet pride in developing capabilities you once thought beyond your reach. What makes hobbies particularly rewarding in your 40s is the long-term perspective you bring to them. You understand that meaningful pursuits unfold over years, not weeks. This patience allows for deeper engagement and more substantial rewards. Many hobbies that yield the greatest satisfaction, from gardening to musical instruments to martial arts, require sustained commitment before revealing their full richness. Your 40s are the perfect time to begin these journeys, with potentially decades ahead to develop and enjoy these skills. The hobbies you cultivate now may well become defining features of your retirement years. I know several people whose retirement careers grew directly from midlife leisure pursuits that eventually became central to their identity. If you've reached your 40s without developing hobbies that truly engage you, now is the perfect time to explore. Be willing to experiment. Not every activity will resonate, and that's valuable information too. Give new pursuits enough time to reveal their deeper rewards. The initial excitement of any new hobby eventually fades, but meaningful activities offer increasing satisfaction as your capability and understanding grow. Your 40s offer a unique blend of capability, confidence, and perspective. Use these advantages to develop leisure pursuits that nourish your spirit and enrich your life. The investments you make now in meaningful hobbies will pay dividends for decades to come. Thanks for joining me on today's episode. I hope you found it valuable and entertaining. Don't forget to visit my website at great40s.com, where you can find matching articles to all episodes. If you're enjoying the podcast and want to support what I do, you will also find there very affordable subscription options that help keep this show going. Your support means everything to me. Take care and see you at the next episode of The Great 40s.